Wow, how do you describe spending time with someone with the energy of a Mark Brown? I don't know, maybe it's as if somebody prevented us from taking a shower for a month, and then we finally got a chance to take one. Refreshing, invigorating, cleansing, powerful, really special. It was such a joy to spend time with him. His enthusiasm for life is absolutely palpable, his sense of humor, his self-deprecating wit, but above all, his heart for service comes through so loud and clear. His whole theme is about second chance, and he, as an individual, was given a second chance. He literally was on his deathbed, and I thought it was fantastic to share how his perspective on things has been profoundly impacted by that. The whole focus that his life was changed, that he had a second chance. It was an opportunity to give back to other people. Profound impact, and it, of course, changed everything about him. After he won the World Championship public speaking, it didn't let him instantly get a career in that field. He continued working in programming for some time before finally venturing into that whole new world, which involved marketing, involved business, involved relationships. But the great thing about it is that he's found a real powerful and important niche, and that is the messaging that he's delivered to so many school children on the subject that words do count, words do matter, and the important thing about being kind and focusing on that with others, because it'll make such a difference in whatever they do. When he shared the life lesson that he gained from that Disney film Beauty and the Beast, the insight with his own children and how that has helped to expand, helps me remember that there's inspiration every day around us, and that sometimes we get a little bit inured to the inputs. But something as simple as going for a walk and enjoying the fact that it is time for the grass to turn greener, that the air feels fresh and clean, those little notices can give us our own perspective, our own life lessons, and it could be something as simple as watching a video, which is so key. When asked him about dealing with the roadblock, he made a really important point. It's not if you ever face one, it's when, and the importance in that to realize that there's a foundation that we all can rely on, and that foundation should be our core values, which we need to always have thought through. As so many of our guests have pointed out, the time to realize that you have strength of character is not the moment you need it. It's developing it throughout the other courses of life so that we've got it when we do need it. But Mark gave another insight, and that was to realize that when we're really down and out, it's not the time for a sense of false pride, that there's no shame in accepting help and seeking help from other people. And sometimes that help is perspective, and sometimes it may be financial. But above all, if we have a life that is based around giving back and paying forward, both of those concepts, then there will be people willing to help, and they will be there. And so asking the question, who can I count on to give me some guidance here? And that there's got to be some low fruit that I can pick to help move past this. Once again, it's movement. It's not quitting, but it's moving and continuing to look for those ways around, which is so key. He's a big believer in learning, obviously, and believes in starting the day with the prayer, ending the day with a prayer, bookending it, as he puts it. You get the sense of his profound gratitude for life, which really comes through. Guess what I'm going to carry away from this, mostly with Mark, is the whole thing that words are important, words do count, but the spirit of intent, the spirit of heart, carries even when people have a different language and they can't understand what those words are. And Mark's spirit of intent and his content come through by his very tone of voice and the way that he uses the powerful gifts that he has in such a great way. He has a great sense of perspective and gratitude, that when we want to be encouraged, realize the lane may be shifting somewhat. I need to shift with it. It's a season here that is changing. How can I change with the season? And realizing that there is somebody with perspective that can make a difference and can help a lot. People that care about us are always going to be there. Let's seek their wise counsel and make sure that we are worthy of that wise counsel, because we in turn have been there for others whenever we can. So Mark's story, starting with very little and now being an influencer, soon to be 2 million people who have heard his messages and making a difference in their lives, is fantastic. And I think it's a powerful thing for each one of us. So as we go forward into our worlds after this episode, let's think, is there someone who our words can count for? And our words expressed in the right spirit? Is there some way that we can pay forward? Is there some way that we can be that helping hand when somebody needs it? And these are the messages of inspiration that will come out of spending this wonderful time with Mark Brown. So I know you enjoyed it as well as I did, and we'll look forward to maybe having Mark here again. Look for him. He is a force to be reckoned with in making good happen in the world. So for this week, thank you so much. This is Dan Moore. It's been a privilege and a pleasure to have you on The Action Catalyst. Until next time.